LeBron James holds what is likely one of the most unbreakable records in all of sports. In his past 1,200 games started, that's the equivalent of over 14 full seasons, he has never failed to reach 10 points. LeBron is the pinnacle of greatness and consistency. Year in and year out, he defies Father Time. Where other greats have fallen off, he's continued to push forward. But fighting time has and always will be a losing battle, and LeBron can't hold it off forever. Just the other day, we saw his 10-point streak nearly end in Minnesota when he shot just 4 for 16 from the field. Right now, he's in the midst of one of the worst slumps of his career, and it's making people wonder, are we witnessing the end of LeBron James? To get a better understanding of the significance of this slump, we're gonna have to dive into some statistics. Here are all of the splits from LeBron's last 6 games as of the day I'm recording this. Notice this column. Field goal percentage. In each of his last 6 games, LeBron has not shot above 45% from the field in any of them. In the entirety of last season, where he played 71 total games, he only shot sub 45% in 12 of them. Through just 21 games, he's nearly reached that total from last season already, with 11 so far. If he continues at this pace, he'll finish with 43 total sub 45 games, which would be by far the most he's had since his rookie season. Now let's take a look at the points column. In his past 6 games, he's only scored 20 or more in one of them, with 27 points against Utah earlier this week. So far in the 24-25 season, he's failed to reach 20 points on 9 separate occasions. That would put him on pace for 31 of these games in a full season, and would also be his worst mark since 20 years ago in 2004. The final stat we'll take a closer look at is perhaps the most worrying of the bunch. LeBron has missed every single one of his past 19 three-point shots, giving him an abysmal 10% clip from beyond the arc in his past 6 games. 19 misses in a row is not only the longest slump of his career, but is one of the worst we've ever seen from someone who's gained a very strong three-point shooting reputation in recent years. A moment ago, I mentioned that the three-point dip is specifically worrying to me as a fan. As LeBron slowly regresses athletically with age, he's had to cut back on some of his more aggressive tendencies to take some cardio pressure off and avoid injury. Don't get me wrong, he still definitely shows flashes and still has the ability to make such plays, but there's no debating that he's had to cut back on it to protect his body. Anyways, the way he's compensated for a decrease in drives is by increasing his three-point shooting rate. His shooting has evolved from low tendency, low efficiency early in his career to high tendency, high efficiency later in his career. LeBron doesn't just dominate in his one style, he evolves along with the league to be dominant across eras. He shot a career-high 41% from 3 last season, while shooting over 5 threes per game. It's been a huge reason he's stayed dominant in today's three-point leaning league. All this hyping up I've been giving him is the reason I'm concerned with his poor splits so far this season. Comparing this season's LeBron to last season's LeBron looks pretty bad. Wait a second. Those numbers aren't what I have written down. Oh, right. That's 1999 Ray Allen compared to 2021 Patrick Beverley. Here's this year's LeBron versus last year's. Uncanny, right? Jokes aside, if LeBron continues this shooting slump, I think there should be serious concern about his dominance taking a huge step back as the season progresses and looking towards next season. Slowing down as age progresses is inevitable, and if he loses the least athletically challenging part of his game, what will he really have left? Being the LeBron fan that I am, I can't help but look at counter-arguments for these statistical decreases. For one, three-point shooting slumps are common even for the greatest shooters ever. Steph Curry once missed 15 three-pointers in a single game, and prime James Harden literally missed 16 three-pointers in a game. Check that, he did it 6 times. in 1 calendar year. LeBron is getting older, but he's still at the top of his game. We can give him a pass for a random shooting slump in his 21st season, for goodness sake. The other and most compelling counter-argument that I hope I've already got comments about is this. How could you possibly make such strong statements based on a sample size of a 6-game stretch in a season that's barely a quarter done? My answer to this is that you're completely correct. This is a small sample size, and LeBron even seemed to be nursing a bit of a hand injury in recent games, although he didn't earn the nicknames Le Cap or Le Flop for nothing. That aside, there's a really good chance the King rediscovers his groove and is back to being triple-double, 3-point sharpshooter Bron next week. He's done it before. So after all that, what's my verdict? Do I think LeBron is washed up? Do I think he's going to be back to dropping career highs next week? Will he ever be the same? Cue the drum roll. No matter what happens in the rest of the season, LeBron should not lose any respect in anyone's eyes. There was a recent trend on the internet that may be my absolute favorite of all time. Here's an example of what my feed has been like for the past 2 to 3 weeks.
Empires have risen and fallen. This man had a Hall of Fame career before South Sudan was a country.
Looking at the taxes on my paycheck, and I was thinking that we don't even pay LeBron enough for what he does to the world.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, if you do actively hate Bron, stay away from me, bro. Cause that tell me what I need to know about you.
I ain't gonna lie, man. When LeBron retire, I might have to take the day off work, bro. I might have to go on like a late night drive and just think about what's next for life, you know? What's next? What am I gonna do next? I ain't gonna take it lightly. Don't text me that day. Don't try to call me that day.
What do we really got running our country? Why is LeBron not owning a branch of the government? He's one of the top shooters in the whole league.
LeBron deserves Akron, Ohio to be renamed LeBron, Ohio.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. If LeBron was in danger, I would absolutely consider giving up my life to protect him.
Why don't the kids get to go sit on LeBron lap and ask for gifts instead of Santa Claus? LeBron give us gifts even when we naughty. Santa ain't give me gifts when I was naughty. There was some years that Santa skipped me. But to keep it chicken, LeBron never skipped me every year. He came to drop us.
There is absolutely no line people won't cross when it comes to their love for their glorious king. I understand these people are joking around to a certain extent, but the joke is very close to reality. And there's obviously a reason this caught the eye of so many people. It applies to me too. If anyone legitimately tries to talk smack on LeBron in any way, I will defend him with any and every bone in my body. I will get up in arms at the slightest diss pointed at him. And I'm definitely not the only one who feels this way.
I don't hate LeBron. You obviously hate him. All of y'all have hate in y'all hearts for LeBron. You, y'all all hate him for no reason.
Why would I hate him, man? I don't know.
You hate him. You always
Why would I
hate
hate him, man? I don't know.
Because y'all always hate him. Y'all always discredit what this man does.
There's a clear reason for all of these shenanigans. Young basketball fans have grown up never knowing a league without LeBron at the top. In fact, there are a ton of players in the league right now that weren't even alive when he got drafted. And not only was he always there dominating, he's been a positive figurehead and role model for people to look up to. Countless athletes have image issues, whether it's playing dirty, being rude, being out of touch, or even very commonly being a literal violent criminal. LeBron's record is nearly spotless compared to the average star athlete. Like, just imagine how different things would feel if we had to endure having a child abuser or something as the MVP and figurehead of the league. I mean, what can you really say in good faith about LeBron that's character degrading? That he lies a lot in funny situations?
Finger to the eye, I was literally seeing three rims out there. I just shot at the middle one. To the grace of the man above, I was able to knock it down.
That he maybe flops sometimes? I honestly can't think of much. I understand I'm talking him up quite a bit, but you've got to just hear me out here. The man literally created a school in his hometown to help out at-risk families and their children. He created Scott's Tots, but actually went through with it. Whether you like it or not, celebrities do play a large role in what young people think and how they act. I couldn't think of a better figurehead for the game of basketball than LeBron James. Just like so many others, I grew up never knowing a basketball world that didn't include LeBron, and knowing that it will all be over soon makes me pretty sad. I know a lot of people are freaking out about this slump he's going through, but genuinely, whether it's a fluke or not, his legacy is secure in my mind. Even if he falls off a cliff and ends up averaging 10 points a game the rest of the season, of course it would be sad to watch, but you just have to appreciate how much he's given to the game of basketball, especially young basketball fans. My advice is to make sure to enjoy it while it lasts, because we don't have much time left. The man even said it himself. And don't forget, there will be no LeBron slander tolerated within 500 feet of me. I will go ballistic.